Michael Jordan, what do you remember about playing him when you guys were on the floor and he was guarding you and you were guarding him, and I'm sure some terrific shootouts over the years between just the two of you?
You know, looking back over 18 years, you'd have thought that Michael and I, the Bulls and the Pacers, would have played more than once in the playoffs. We only played once, and it was that epic 7-game series. You're measured by your competition. He is clearly, and in my opinion, the best basketball player I've ever seen. And I knew that I had to bring it each and every time I stepped on a court when I was going against MJ.
Were you friends?
No, we weren't friends.
Talk to each other on the floor?
He might have been the one player I didn't talk to.
Really?
Yeah, because he might have been the one player who could really embarrass you.
And he could come back at you pretty good too.
Yeah, he could come right back at you. I wanted what he had, him being the best, the championships. So I watched, I listened, and I tried to learn a lot by playing against him.
And what did you learn? What couple things you took away from what he did or how he played or how he acted?
He is cut from the same mold as Magic Johnson. And when I say that, and Larry Bird, all three of those players, win by any means necessary. And they will do whatever it takes on the court to win a game.
On the court, I remember saying something to him one time. They were down. This is when they were trying to win 73 games. They were trying to get the all-time record. We had them in the afternoon game. Game meant nothing. They were in the playoffs. I was playing with the Pacers. We were in the playoffs. We were up 8 points with about a minute and a half left. And I remember standing at the free throw line, and I looked at him. I said, why don't you go sit down? Game's over. And he looked at me. The next minute, I'm telling you, he played like it was game 7. I'm like, what's wrong with this dude? I mean, he was playing like it was game 7. He did not like the fact that I just said that to him. I said, y'all not getting this record. And all of a sudden, it was a 1-point game. So Larry Brown calls timeout. And we go to the bench. And I think one of my teammates, I don't know, but Antonio Davis, he said, did you say something to MJ? I said, yeah. I said, I told game was over. And Larry Brown heard it. Larry was like, why would you do that?
This when I knew Michael Jordan was crazy. Michael's the most competitive person I've ever been around in my life. So me, him, Chuck Daly, and David Robinson go play golf one morning, playing Puerto Rico that afternoon. Chuck says, hey, guys, we played 18. Let's go. Michael said, I'm gonna play another 18. Chuck said, we got a game tonight. He says, I'll be good. That's how crazy Michael is. We get to the game. Charles, you got this guy. Scotty, you got this guy. Michael, you got this guy. Michael said, no, I got the point guard. He says, what? He says, I got the point guard. He says, you don't want to guard the 2 guard? Michael's kind of leaning down. Michael looks and says, I said, I got the point guard. He said some shit about me in the newspaper, and I'm gonna get him. And we're looking around like, uh-oh, this little kid in trouble. He played 36 holes of golf, and he's guarding this dude like it's game 7. And he's talking, don't you ever say my damn name again. I'm looking at Karl Malone, I'm like, yo, man, there's something wrong with this dude. That's how competitive he was.
Back in the 90s, when the Bulls were on fire, end of the season for us, end of the season for them, I get a call from Michael, meet me at Sunset Ridge. Early, we're gonna go play 18 holes. We didn't have a game. We actually had a day off. So I meet him at Sunset Ridge. Big old Greg Kunkel, who's one of the best people in golf here in Chicago. I got to mention Greg at Sunset Ridge. We played around, beat him for a couple thousand, and I'm getting ready to leave. Now, Bulls are playing that night. They play Cleveland that night. So I'm thinking he's leaving. It's 10 o'clock. He's like, no, let's go play again. So he goes and we fill up a bag full of ice and Coors Light, and we walk again. we roll around another 18. I take him for another couple. And yeah. And now we've been drinking all afternoon. Now he's going from Sunset Ridge to the stadium to play a game. And I'm like messing around. I'm like, I'm gonna call my bookie. All the money that you just lost to me, I'm putting on Cleveland tonight. He goes, I'll tell you what, I'll bet you that we win by 20 points and I have more than 40. I'm like, done. Son of a gun goes out, scores 52, and they win by 26 or something after 18 holes of golf. And
36 holes of golf.
36 holes of golf and having like maybe 10 Bud Lights.
Stop.
The man, Michael Jordan, to me, is probably the best athlete that I've ever seen, that I've ever been around and watched play, and the way he presented himself and played the game. I mean, just amazing.
So, we're winning the game. Right. We're about 8 points. And one of our teammates, Darrick Martin, had been in LA with Mike when he was filming Space Jams. It was the summer before, it was the summer after he filmed Space Jams.
Oh, he has a court built
down for him on the lot.
Here in Los Angeles.
Yes, here in Los Angeles, for him to play basketball.
Right.
He's got every overseas guy playing and everything, so he's like, this is not challenging to me. He calls Magic Johnson, says, hey, you got any guys that play at UCLA? I hear about the UCLA legendary runs. Can you send some of these guys down here? So Magic calls me, says, hey, little fella, can you take a couple guys down there? Can you take a couple guys down there and play against Mike? I said, all right, cool, no problem. So I get Chris Mills, Tracy Murray, Mitchell
former
Butler.
UCLA guys,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
We all grew up together playing since we were 12 and 13. So we go down there and play. We walk in, we're waiting our turn. Finally, it's our turn. We come on, it's 6-6, going to 7. I come down on the break on the wing and go with what we call a hands-up move, like I'm going to shoot the shot. Michael jumps up. I go by and lay it up for game. I commence to talking the best trash ever against him. I said,
You faked the GOAT.
Yes. Michael, you get out of my town. This is my town.
Wow.
You're not even the real MJ. My man Magic Johnson is the MJ. I'm just going so hard that Chris Mills, 6'8", picks me up and my feet are dangling. And he's trying to put my
Little fella.
hand over my mouth, and he says, Darrick, stop. And I'm like, no, I'm just going in. 2 games later, he comes back on. Their team beat us. So now we fast forward to the season.
Right.
We're playing. So I go by, make a layup, get an N1, get fouled. We go up 9 with about 3 minutes to go.
Mike is 4 for 16 from the field. He's having a really rough night.
Right.
So Darrick decides, because there's about 10 minutes to go in the game and we're winning, he decides to say to Michael Jordan, who's having an off night,
Told you we're going to whoop your ass tonight. Phil Jackson looks down the bench, like, what do you want to do? So Michael ties his shoe up, takes his towel off, walks in, the pitcher right there. He stands next to me and says, little man, I told you about talking trash to me. I said, man, we up 9 with 3 minutes to go. You're not beating me tonight.
24 points in the last 10 minutes.
He went on
Goodness
the next
gracious.
15 points to beat us. And if you watch the video, the last one he made to win.
This is no like catches the ball in the post. He does the typical Jordan fadeaway. He knocks down the shot. They go up by 6. He turns to the bench and says, shut up, you little.
He's looking for me. He's like, I told you about talking trash to me.
And the first time, people hear about the story of us playing together, and we never lost. The first time we actually played against each other. Different teams, not one-on-one. And I think our team won. And I saw how mad he was. Like he was pissed off. And he went and sat in the corner. And he just sat there. Like he reacted as if he had lost a game 7. And it's a summer thing. This dude almost 40 years old. It's Michael Jordan. The next day, this run starts at 2 o'clock. Because I had to work out with young players, you gotta work out with your team first, and then you can go do what you want. And Grover's blowing up my phone. Yo, where you at? I'm like, bro, it's 1 o'clock. MJ's waiting on you. Where you at? We ain't starting until you get here. So we about to start early. He waited until I got there. From that moment on, we played together and we never lost. And we played against everybody. Kenny Hardaway, Mike Finley, Tim Hardaway, Antoine Walker, Paul Pierce. Everybody came through Chicago. How UCLA is now? Yeah. It was like that. He was the first one I seen having refs and pickup. And then it got to a point through the summer, you got Jay-Z and Beyonce sitting courtside at a pickup run. Bro, just watch it. Like, this is Jordan. We had everybody come through the gym. This is how cold MJ is. I'm giving y'all, I've never said this. One dude, this got word around, MJ, we all hanging out afterwards. One street dude come up there, got a bag of $100. MJ, let's gamble. They looked at him. I ain't got a lot of time. Slip a coin for it, heads or tails. Dude looked at that 100. I'm good. He thought he was gonna go back and forth with him. MJ ain't got time for that.
100 racks?
He would wear Jordans that probably still ain't out. Whole different color. Jordan outfit, baggy shorts, have a matching Ferrari outside, have a matching Lambo. He's on something totally different.
You got a story like that with J.R. Ryder too, right? When y'all played the Bulls and he was talking shit to Jordan.
Man, Joe. Man, Jeff, you know this, man. When you play a guy, dog, or you play somebody that you look up to, man, you don't watch enough film to know that this guy's better than you, but you still have confidence in yourself. It was kind of like that. Mike them was just bullying, man. I had just seen my friend. He had just got into a car accident. I didn't really get much sleep. We was on the back-to-back. When I landed, I went straight to the hospital, to the hotel. I had to go right to the
Arena.
to the arena and shit, first bus and all that shit. So I was over there super early, so I was super inspired. But I was running off fumes. I didn't have no sleep that night. Had the whole west side on the whole left side of that. So I felt, I had a great night. But yeah, just man, as soon as I started feeling good, man, I that out. Because we had a chance to win that game.
Yeah.
And I woke the beast up, dog. And I didn't think that shit was real till you see it. Like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Scared?
So he went crazy.
Man, he went, look, no came down simple. 2 dribble pull up, 3, foul, and 1. Shot 2 free throw, catch. Like, it was, I looked up the nigga had like 40 in like 12 minutes. I was like, damn. We sitting on the bench, was like, damn, we down 19. Damn, my bad. Then I looked, you know how you look at everybody? And everybody looking at you like.
Told that nigga to shut up.
That's how Joe did me.
Yeah.
And that's how JR. JR was like my dog to, it's okay. We're going to get through it.
Yeah.
We at the end of the bench. He was taking shoes off. I was like, my fault, man. It's all good, man. Shut your ass up. Man, for real, man. I see.
Yeah.
And I never said shit to Jordan after that, dog. Real shit. I ain't say nothing.
I remember that story.
What's up, Black Cat? You good? Okay, cool, ball head. And keep it moving. Straight up.
You ever get involved in trash talk with Jordan?
Thanks a lot, Jimmy.
I just wonder, because you don't seem like a trash talking kind of guy
I'm
to
not.
me.
And I never talk trash, but one time in my entire life. We're the dream team.
Okay.
And for 3 days in a row, we had came into a tie because what Coach Daly did, he split the team up East versus West. So Barkley, Jordan, Larry Bird, Pippen, and Patrick Ewing all played in the East.
Wow.
And then we had the West guys, myself, David Robinson, Malone, Mullen, Drexler, and John Stockton. So we would play every day, tie. So this is the 4th day. And we got out on them about 12-2. And I said, I'm gonna really rattle his chain. So I went over there, tapped him on the shoulder, and said, hey man, if you don't turn into Air Jordan, we're gonna blow you out today. Jimmy, his eyes got big. Usually that tongue come about right here, now it's way out. He broke the huddle, he hit a 3 and he's looking at me. So he came down again, hit another 3. Now this is the greatest shot I've seen. He came down the right side, took off. David Robinson took off, and he said, okay, I'm gonna just sit here in the air. Because I know David Robinson is gonna go down. So David Robinson went to the ground, he 360, tongue moving, and dunked it.
In a practice game.
360 in a practice game. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I was just stunned, and all of us were stunned to see him hang in the air that long and 360. Michael Jordan is so incredible. There'll never be.
The moral is you should not talk trash to Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Thank you.
You say 360, you mean like it was like full, like this, all the way?